The checklist. Upon simply entering the address of where you are registered to vote, the election guide builds a custom experience with all of the federal, state, and local information applicable to your specific jurisdiction. You then choose how you want to cast your ballot, whether that be vote by mail, early voting, or casting a ballot on election day. After a voting method is selected, you are provided a corresponding checklist tailored to that method. This checklist provides guided details of the complete process you can take to cast your ballot, including ensuring that you are indeed registered, key dates and deadlines with gentle reminders if one of those deadlines is approaching, ID requirements, candidate and issue research options, other features to help answer questions and plan ahead before you vote, and even the added convenience of providing directions to your early and election day polling locations as needed. This feature is designed for first-time voters in the most straightforward and linear way. This is also an accessibility consideration, taking a complex process and simplifying it down to its core elements, step by step. Once you've completed a step, simply mark that as done and continue on. The checklist. It is your guided roadmap from registration to election, where you will always know what to do and what to expect. Help. The Brink Election Guide's Help section is robust, yet an easy-to-use feature. This section includes our voting rights script that anticipates a number of issues a voter could face at the polls and, more importantly, how to respond if one of those issues is encountered. These include what to say if a poll worker does not know how to set up or demonstrate using an accessible voting machine, what to do and say if you face voter intimidation or if someone questions your right to vote. Unfortunately, situations like these do happen to members of the disability community all too often. Knowing that moment can be very stressful, the election guide provides you pre-drafted responses from voting rights lawyers that address each of these scenarios, as well as a wide range of other potential issues, so that you know exactly what to say to advocate for your rights. Now, if that isn't enough, the Brink Election Guide goes above and beyond. If you need help now, the guide provides you one-touch dialing access to your local advocacy organization to immediately deal with polling station issues in real time. Our voters are never advocating alone. And these are just two features within the Help section. We expand on explaining what each voting method is with simple step-by-step instructions for how to actually vote by mail or in person. We provide tutorials on using accessible voting machines specific to your individual county, so you know what to expect and how to use the voting machines before you get to the polling booth. The election guide also answers a number of other frequently asked questions and more. The Help section. It consolidates the answers you're looking for into an easy to navigate, easy to use, accessible resource that is there in the moment when you need it. Ballot. The ballot section is the election guide's most exciting feature. Never before has there been a comprehensive candidate and issue information resource that is truly accessible to the disability community. It is imperative that we provide completely nonpartisan information, and what you will find in this section will mirror what you will find on your actual ballot. Now, you can read information on every candidate who's running for office and research the initiatives specific to your locality. The election guide includes each candidate's bio, endorsements, and their position on key issues. Once you've determined a preferred candidate for office or decide if you are going to vote for or against an initiative, you can take advantage of the biggest, most talked about feature, the ability to save your decisions simply by tapping Favorite. Selecting a favorite will automatically add that candidate or your position on an issue to a favorites list. When you're ready to fill out your ballot, your favorites list will show you the summary of each office and initiative along with your choice. Use it when you complete your mail-in ballot, or take your favorite choices to the polls and have exactly the information you need, when you need it, all in an accessible format, even if your phone does not have service or Wi-Fi at the polling location. The ballot, giving you access to the information you need to make an informed decision, and enabling you to easily save your choices saves you time and helps you complete your ballot with greater accuracy. Accessibility. Our mission is to make democracy more accessible. The Brink Election Guide creates a hub for all of the information a voter needs to know in an accessible format designed to both drive civic engagement and to get out that vote. Accessibility First design principles enable us to work with each of our amazing partners to both complement and amplify their own efforts. We want to highlight what makes this specific app so accessible and how we meet the internet's highest accessibility standards. Now, if you don't require accessibility features, you may not notice that the colors and contrast ratios are optimized to account for low vision and color blindness. Sentences are clear and straightforward for greater comprehension. And those sentences, they are written in a font that is designed to improve readability. The buttons, navigation icons, and activation zones are large and easier to tap because not all of us use the tip of our finger. And the one thing that you can't see is the technology behind the screen that makes sure that everything that you do see is compatible with screen readers, so everyone can navigate and use this product. The Brink Election Guide is the only fully accessible end-to-end application that spans the entire voting process. This not only makes democracy more accessible for people with disabilities, the Brink Election Guide makes democracy more accessible for everyone.